What up, people of all nations? Welcome back to another episode of the Podcast with Nick and Marty. Hello, Nick.
Hello, Marty. Hello,
Nick-
everybody.
Nick, you better show up this fucking time, dude. This is the second time we're doing this episode, dude. What the fuck happened?
You're gonna start it off on that.
Yes, we have to. We have
start off
to.
on that.
We gotta start with this shit, man. The audience wants to know why we didn't come out with the episode last week. Why,
Do they know?
Nicholas?
Do they know? Do they really? Did they ask you? Have you gotten asked? Why did you come
No.
out with? Oh, all right. So they don't come with that shit.
I'm
But-
exaggerating for the camera, but I just wanted you to explain yourself. Go ahead.
Thanks, Mom. I appreciate you. I highly appreciate you. You know what I've realized about our throughout our friendship. Whenever I fuck up, it's magnified. When you fuck up, you try to brush it off. And I'm that person that I'm like, if you fuck up, it's human. It happens. So you keep going. You're not that type of way. You're the
I
type
don't
of
fuck
person-
up, Nicholas.
You fuck up all the time. And when you fuck up, you just try to brush it off. Like, all right, just go forward.
Okay. You gotta
But,
tell me when I fucked up.
Shit, bro, you're putting me on the spot. But let me explain to the audience here my fuck up that caused this whole thing of 2 episodes here. So we literally recorded probably the best episode so far on camera, and I wasn't recording audio. Sadly.
Sucks, man.
Sucks.
Oh my god.
And it's funny. It's so funny because that was the 3rd episode that we filmed. And I actually did the same thing. I fucked up when we recorded our 3rd episode of the audio podcast when we first started this podcast. And I remember walking away from that podcast thinking, yo, this is the best episode that we have so far. I'm really feeling confident about this. And then later on, we found out that I fucked up. And I felt the same way.
So
about
what are you
this last
saying?
episode.
You're saying your number 3 is not yours? Like number 3 is not you?
Nah, I
You're-
love number 3. It just so happens that in the specific podcast, number 3, I end up doing something that ends up being a fuck up.
Nicholas.
It
Yeah, it
happens.
was a
We're
really
back.
good episode, and that's why I got so fucking pissed when I found out. I was like, oh my god, bro. It was like the most organic episode so far.
It was because I was listening to a lot of podcasts from David Dobrik to Logan Paul, and a lot of these people that we take influence from. And what I saw is they really just treat this shit as a conversation. And I feel like a lot of times me and you kind of get lost in the sauce where we know we're being recorded subconsciously, so we're not as comfortable as we should be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then in the last podcast, I presented some questions that were quite uncomfortable. And I actually want to know the answer again to this because I was looking forward to listening back to the playback and hearing your answers. So would you let a man put a finger in your butt for $1 million?
Why do we have to start with that? Like, why
Because
can't we
I'm-
ease into that?
No, there's no easing in,
That
bro.
is-
Would you let a man put a finger in your butt for $1 million?
What a way to start the podcast. I can't
Tell
believe
me.
we're at this
Tell
page
me,
right now.
Tell me now.
Wait, what?
Would you
What
do
was
it?
the question?
Would you let a
what?
guy, would you let a man, would you let a dude put a finger in your butt for $1 million?
Don't you have to do that for that test? For the
Yes.
prostate thing? Is it the
exam?
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Don't you have to do that?
Yes, you do.
Okay, you're going to have to do that for free eventually when you're 40, so why not do it now?
So,
For $1 million.
okay. And
Does
he'll
it
be
mean...
and he'll be allowed to wiggle his finger?
Oh, hold on. Why you got to extend shit like that, bro?
I'm just saying, bro. It's you know.
Does
it's
the
gotta be in
doctor
there.
have to do that?
Nah, it's not a doctor. It's gonna be a guy. It's just gonna be
Okay,
a dude
I
that gives you $1
understand
million.
that. I understand that. But
Okay.
does a doctor wiggle his finger in there when you're taking the exam?
I don't know, bro. I've never gotten a prostate exam.
Don't they have to feel it around?
I just thought of getting a prostate exam and I just cringed a little bit.
You're the one asking these questions, man. You have to paint the picture.
It's because I was having a conversation with some friends and we were talking about that. And at first I said no. And I mean, I still never said I would do it because it's such a hypothetical answer. But they were like, yo, I'd be pretty upset at you if somebody offered to stick their finger in your butt for $1 million and you didn't accept it. You didn't take it for the team.
Oh, man. So you're saying you wouldn't?
It goes very much against my morals and values. So I don't think I would.
For $1 million, Nicholas. You're going to have to get that done anyways when you're older.
I don't know, bro.
Come on, bro.
It's like,
why
bro,
not
like,
just enjoy the $1 million?
I personally, if you know, your boy's doing this thing, I'm already getting uncomfortable if the girl's getting anywhere close to my gooch. You know what I mean? Do you not feel that way? Do you not cringe up? Or would you let your girl, or have you ever gotten your ass eaten, Marty? That's the real question.
Oh my God, bro. This is getting crazy. This is getting out of hand. I have some questions here for you, actually.
Oh my God. That means you have, my guy. That is a scary thing. I mean, hey, it's 2020, right? I mean, I guess do what you like.
What does that mean? What does 2020 mean?
You can't, there's nothing to not be expected. You can't not expect anything. Like if you see a horse on a roof, you'll just look at the horse. You'll be like, 2020, you'll just keep driving. You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't really ask questions. So I mean, you getting your ass eaten by your girl, it's 2020. I get it.
I'm just gonna like
if you were to choose a year, if it was this year you started, then I wouldn't blame you. You've probably been through a lot. You know, I get it. Probably didn't have toilet paper, you know, this whole outage of coronavirus and stuff.
Jesus, Nick. Oh my God, where's your head at right now, dude?
I mean, come on, bro. What about like, you know, when you're taking a shit and you're wiping your ass, you never ripped through that toilet paper and touched your own ass with your fingers?
Yeah, when I was like running out of toilet paper. So
I
only had like one strip, I think, or two. And ended up going through. Some people I heard, like, I actually recently learned some people are very rough when wiping their butts.
You know, I kind of feel that way like in the last week or so. I don't know if it's because I ate turkey so many times because I'm a vegetarian, or at least I was up until a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I feel like I don't know.
This conversation is getting very fucking weird right now. I don't know where we're going with this.
All I'm saying is turkey's been going down my guts, and that shit's probably not a good feeling, and I'm going to go back to being vegetarian for sure.
So how is that? How'd you feel after eating turkey after Thanksgiving?
It was good. It was great. It was amazing. You came over for Thanksgiving, and we had a great time. The turkey.
I asked that like we didn't spend time together.
Right. You didn't eat turkey. You ate salmon because you're a little bitch, but it is what it is.
I ate a whole pound of king salmon.
You ate over a pound.
Of king salmon.
Yeah,
oh my God, I was so bloated.
Shit. Yeah, me and you did 2 plates, but I was watching you. I was watching you go for that second plate.
What do you mean?
I was watching.
Really?
Marty.
Why were you watching me? Why aren't you focused on your own play, dude?
Nah, because you got a little bit thicker, so I want to see how you move nowadays.
Oh my God! So what'd you see?
I saw you fucking get down and dirty, boy.
Get the fuck out!
Saw you in there scraping the last little bits of mashed potatoes.
Oh man, yeah, I was pretty hungry. I didn't eat the whole fucking day.
Same, and I freaking played some basketball, had a good ass workout, ran.
Oh, so you made your digestive system beg for that shit.
I was ready. I was so prepared. Bought a big ass turkey from Thanksgiving. I'd never done that, or from Whole Foods. I mean,
right.
From Thanksgiving. I've never done that before, and it was pretty good. The turkey came out good. I enjoyed it. I'd never cooked a turkey myself. I've always, when I lived back with my mom's, she would cook the turkey in Thanksgiving, or I'd go to somebody's house and they would cook the turkey. But I never made it myself. But I always saw how much of a process it was, and I was like, fuck that. I'd rather just pay a pretty penny. Whole Foods, they'll treat you right with some good ass organic turkey. So it was good.
Nah, yeah, I bet. Didn't try it, but looked good.
It's funny. The funniest thing about Thanksgiving is that in our culture, which we're Brazilian, so we speak Portuguese. So if you translate the word turkey in Portuguese, it's peru, and peru is not only turkey, it also means dick. So us here from Brazil living in the United States, and all the people that we know that live here that are Brazilian, love making the joke like, oh my God, look at that big turkey. But in reality, they're saying in Portuguese, look at that big dick. It's pretty funny.
Well, I only heard you talk like that, so
yeah.
Maybe that's a you thing, not a Brazil thing.
No, it's bro, you hung out with me, your mom, not even your mom. You hung out with me, your girl, and you that were Brazilian. That was it. Your girl's not going to say it, but your girl's laughing when I was saying it, because I know that she probably either used to joke around like that or her friends in Brazil. For sure.
Sure, Nick. Okay.
All right. Don't be upset here, Marty. All right.
I bought my first real Christmas tree this year.
Yeah? Did you feel enchanted? Did that make you feel good?
It made me feel some type of connection with the tree.
Yeah?
Even though I chose to buy another one, but it was kind of too big. Like, I felt a connection with another tree other than the one I bought.
What does that mean? You bought a tree and then you bought another tree?
Nah, bro. Like, I was looking for a tree and a Christmas tree thing, right? And I felt a connection with a certain tree, but I thought it was too big, so I ended up getting a smaller one. So I didn't go with the tree that I felt a true connection, but I still got a real Christmas tree. Yeah. And I mainly got it for the smell, the pine smell throughout the house. I heard it gives off a cool little smell, so that's why I got it.
Yeah.
Like a Christmas spirit.
You smell it?
I smell it when I come into the house, yeah.
Yeah. And then it just, isn't that crazy that you get used to the smell and then you just don't smell it anymore? Like, you don't know the smell of your own apartment.
Right. It's funny because going back to my mom's house, I now smell what it smells like. And before I never did.
Right.
Interesting how that works.
Yeah.
Do you smell your own house when you go back to your house in Florida?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Honestly.
So now you can actually smell it?
Yeah, for sure.
What about before?
No, I couldn't. I couldn't before.
You were immune to it, right?
Yeah, 100%. But I feel like I could smell my own apartment because in my apartment, since I have roommates, everybody has their own distinct smell. So every room has a certain smell.
So every time you come into your house, it's a different smell? Or is it a blend of smells that smells unique?
I guess that's what it is. It's a blend of smells.
But you don't get used to that blend of smells?
I guess I do, and I just don't know it. But there's always different smells in my house because, like I said, I have roommates, so they're always cooking different things that I don't necessarily cook. So,
right.
Unique,
like, so it'll be like food.
It's distinct. Yeah.
Right. What do you think is the most annoying habit someone can have?
Bro, you asked me like different fucking variations of these questions throughout the podcast, and it's getting on my goddamn nerves. All right, you need to come up with some better goddamn questions. Is this the type of shit that you would ask Gary Vee? You'd fucking come up to Gary Vee and be like, "Oh, what's some habits that upset you?"
I would totally ask these questions to Gary Vee.
Oh, come on.
I would want to know what the fuck. Do you know what he has to say for these?
Of course I don't. I'm not Gary Vee.
Exactly. So I would ask them because I want to know.
Nah,
but
give me some life questions. Give me some life questions. You asked me this in a different way because I remember answering the first thing that jumped to my mind was I'm kind of repeating some of these fucking questions because
we said it the first time, but we lost the episode because of you. So I now have to ask them again.
Not because of last. You know, screw you for throwing a fucking jab at me right now. That was a dirty jab. All right, that was dirty.
Hey man, you already answered this question. You know, you don't have to answer it again. But since you lost the episode,
no, because I've answered these same questions throughout different episodes. I probably didn't even answer this. Marty, you asked me different variations of these questions because I remember specifically in an episode before, not the last one, you asked me something, and I said that. What was my answer? What was one of my biggest pet peeves?
Okay, that's a different question.
But it's very similar, is it not?
I don't know, dude. Maybe in the audio episodes, but this is a video format now, guys. Okay, so we're in a different page here.
So what was your question, Marty?
Are you able to answer, or do you just want to go on to the next question that you feel easier to answer?
No, I'm able to answer. I just want some life questions here. I just want you to get into my mind, Marty, in a different way.
Wow, I did not ask for this. How about you get into my mind, okay?
I did, and I got into your ass. That's why I asked you if you've gotten your ass eaten before.
Oh my god. Okay, Nick. So are you gonna answer the question?
Yeah. What was the question again? I forgot.
I asked, what's like the most annoying habit someone can have?
Going back to what I answered in the audio, I guess.
I honestly don't remember what the fuck you said before.
As soon as I answer, you're gonna be like, incompetence.
Oh yeah, you did answer this.
See?
All right, you asked me a question now.
Did you see that knockout by Jake Paul?
Yeah, I saw a highlight of it.
That shit was nasty, bro. That man was sleeping.
He's calling out a bunch of people now, huh?
I mean, yeah. I'm sure a lot of people are willing to fight. Bro, he probably made so much money off that fight.
Come on. He probably did. He's got the attention for it.
It was an undercard for Mike Tyson. He made money off that shit. And did you see
he win? He tied up, right?
Who? Yeah, Mike Tyson destroyed him. That was definitely a win for Tyson. Are you kidding me?
You watched the whole thing?
Yeah, I watched it. I didn't get to watch the Jake Paul fight. I just got to see the knockout. But I saw the Tyson fight. And Mike Tyson destroyed him.
Really?
But it was, you know, they're old. You know, they're greats. They're legends. But they're just old. So
right,
it is what it is. But it was dope to see that.
Was it more boring to watch?
Yes.
Than like a Jake Paul fight?
Well, I didn't get to watch the Jake Paul fight, but I saw some highlights, and that shit was entertaining. But that's because one guy was destroying the other. You know what I mean? When you got two legitimate boxers that know how to box, it's different, you know? Because just for you to step in the ring with Mike Tyson and survive, even at that age, you're doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, even Mike Tyson said the same thing. He was like, yo, you did it. You came here and you took punches from me, so that's it. You did it.
Yeah.
But he's not going to fight him again. Hell no. Mike Tyson is willing to fight him again, but Jones is not going to fight him. Really? Hell no. He took a beating, bro.
He's like, damn, I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah, he was like, nah, I'm good. And it's funny because the last fight that Tyson had was in 2005, and Jones was 2018. So it was 2 years ago compared to 15 years ago.
Wait, Tyson fought in 2005?
That was his last fight. And I think he lost.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't believe Triller sponsored this shit.
Bro, that was what I was going to say. Did you see who were the advertisers? It was Triller, and did you see who else was a massive advertiser?
No.
Weed Maps.
Weed Maps?
Weed Maps. For the audience that doesn't know, Weed Maps is basically like a Uber Eats, but for weed here in California. And I'm sure that they have that in Colorado and Washington State and stuff like that as well.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
It was crazy to see that. And they were cussing, and it was crazy, bro. You hear so much cuss words, especially now that you don't hear the crowd. You hear them cussing up a storm. And I kind of like that. It's pretty dope.
Yeah. Even entertainment definitely changed over the course of the years.
Even like watching soccer. I was watching a soccer match today. and the stadiums are empty, you could literally hear the soccer players talking shit to each other and hear what they say at times when they're yelling.
Damn. Hey, what's the strangest dream you ever had?
Man, I've had so many weird ass dreams.
Really?
I remember one time I was the fourth Powerpuff Girl. Powerpuff Girl.
Get the fuck out.
Yes.
You're a girl?
No, I was a guy.
That doesn't make any sense.
I was a Powerpuff Girl, but I was a guy. I was just rocking with Bubbles, Buttercup, and Blossom.
Did you end up getting with any of them?
No, bro. I was freaking saving the world. I was in there for the, for the fucking entertainment of that shit. We were fucking up Mojo Jojo, and then we woke up, or I woke up.
So how did it go? How'd you end up there?
I don't remember. I don't. Do you remember how you get in there? I never remember how I get to the certain points in my dream. I just remember the craziest parts of it.
Sometimes I dream in one place and then it continues onto a whole different place, but I got there like as if it was like close by. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like sometimes I dream here in LA or like yeah, like and then I'm in Florida and then I'm like somewhere else that I've been, and it seems like it's all within like the same area.
Yeah, that happens to me as well. Dreams are crazy.
You ever dream like you flew and then like you couldn't fly anymore? You're like losing your powers.
No, I never dreamed that I was losing my powers. But I mean,
it's so devastating, bro.
I mean, I've had dreams that I've had. Obviously, if I was a Powerpuff Girl, I could fly and stuff like that. But
yeah, no, yeah, I definitely had a bunch of dreams where I'm flying, bro. Like that's my go-to right there. But sometimes I dream about losing that power. Like I'm losing the power of flying. And then I keep going down and I'm like, in my mind, I'm trying to fly and I can't. It's so devastating.
Nah, that never happened.
It's like a recurring dream.
I've had dreams I remember as a little kid that scarred me, but it was like simple things. But the dream felt so real because I was in that moment of time, Like I remember being, I think, 7 years old and living in Florida as a little kid, and I had a dream that I was outside in the front yard at that house that I was living at that present age, and I was playing outside like I typically do, and two guys came out of nowhere with guns, and I just ran inside with my mom, and we closed the door, and they just started shooting and stuff like that. It was crazy because it felt so real. So real. It felt so real. I was like, oh my God.
Damn, that's crazy. I don't have violent dreams like that.
Really?
Yeah. I don't remember having violent dreams where like my life is at risk.
Oh my God. I always have those. Those are the worst, bro, because it's weird. Whenever I go to fight, whatever I got to fight, especially fighting wise, I cannot fight in a dream.
You can't throw a punch?
No, it's terrible. I'm like, yo, like I want to, but I can't. Like my arm won't go. It's crazy.
That's probably also devastating right there.
Oh my God, it's the worst. It's the absolute worst. Because it's like, it's almost like your fear's consuming you.
You ever had that sleep paralysis shit that people talk about?
No, I've never had that, thank God. But I remember listening to an episode of Joe Rogan that this doctor was talking about that. He was talking about dreams and how you feel you're awake. You're basically in a dream state, but you're awake. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like an in-between phase, right?
Because you're sleeping, but your conscience and mind is awake, but you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, like your body's paralyzed. I've heard people even seeing figures while they're...
He explains that too in the
asleep.
podcast.
So how does that work? Like, what is that? What is the entity that they see?
I forgot, bro. It's a very good podcast. That's actually my go-to favorite Joe Rogan podcast for the audience that's listening. If you literally just go on YouTube and type in Joe Rogan sleep, it's gonna be one of the first ones. It's this this doctor from, is it Yale?
I don't know. I never seen it. I think you sent me the link, but I never watched it.
Like everything, of course, you're that friend. But yeah, if you literally type in Joe Rogan sleep on YouTube, it should be one of the first ones. It's like 3 hours long, but it's so good. So many golden nuggets in that podcast.
My cousin used to see stuff like that. I don't know if she still does, but she used to tell me stories. And then one time she described to me what it looks like, and I ended up pranking her by putting a figure that looked similar in her room as she walked in from work.
Oh, dude, you fucked up.
It was me and my sister that did this, and she like got so terrified, bro. I felt so bad.
Oh, I bet, bro. She was probably
bro, like goodness. She was at a point where she was so scared that she didn't kind of react. You know, that's how you know it's kind of serious. Like she was like internally feeling some trauma.
Frozen. She was just
frozen. Like just froze, bro, like in shock. I wish I caught it on tape, but at the same time, no.
Oh, you guys, that's even more fucked up. You did it literally for nothing.
No, we did it for our own entertainment. You never fucking pranked.
Worse. I feel like that's
You've
worse.
never pranked cousins or family,
of course.
Yeah, but you're not always catching it on video. It's just because you want to see the reaction.
You went to a step over. You literally found out what her fears were. It's kind of okay.
I didn't think it was.
I remember. The spider. I personally didn't do it. I was just part of it. I knew what was going on, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it."
Yeah.
You're scared of spiders, so we had somebody steal a spider because he's fucking nuts. He stole a tarantula and threw it on you.
I didn't even know where to start. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why? First of all.
Well, I mean, you guys are fucking assholes, and you actually deserve it too, because I remember one time you were in on the same prank. Actually, you know what it is? It's this friend of ours, this ex-friend of ours that he was the instigator. He was the person that would do all this fucked up things to everybody, and everybody would just love the entertainment value of it. So we would just be on his side. Whoever he was pranking, we were just ha ha ha. Until it's your turn, then it sucks.
Yeah.
Because I remember one time you guys stole my freaking phone. For like,
really?
Yeah, for like a solid day or two. I was like, bro, are you fucking kidding me? Yes. You were in on that shit too. You, our friend remember Larry, that. Our friend Brian, you guys were all in on that shit.
Holy shit. For a day?
For a day.
Get the fuck out.
I was pissed.
Oh my God. I don't remember that.
Exactly. So I didn't feel that bad when they were throwing the tarantula at you. I was like, you deserve it, you piece of shit.
Fuck, dude.
If you had to listen to one genre of music for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Well, I grew up in hip hop, so it'll probably be that.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, I remember talking about this before too. So that question is the same shit you're talking about with me.
This is a question you asked me actually a long time ago.
Really?
Yeah.
You're just asking me back?
I'm asking you your fucking questions. I'm learning how to use your shit against you.
What? Fucking idiot, bro.
How, bro? Come on, this is genius.
I guess. I guess people want to know.
Why the fuck do I gotta think of new shit when I could just already think of the boring shit that you said and then just
one thing that I asked you on the lost episode. It was what's the most expensive thing you've ever broken?
Shit. What did I answer? Do you remember?
How about you don't think of what you answered before and just come up with the truth?
I mean, I've lost. I've had somebody's. I think this is exactly what I answered last time. Actually, I was holding on to somebody's camera, using it for a specific shoot, and it got stolen in that time. So I had to pay that camera back, and at the time it was like $400, maybe $500, but I was 18, 19 at the time, so that amount of money was hard to come by. And yeah, that definitely staggered a little bit the growth.
You must have felt so shitty to lose someone's camera.
Oh man, it was terrible.
And they were there too, right? So they found out the same time you did.
Yeah.
So it's not like you could have like just told them later on, like, hey, bro, something happened. No, it's like, fuck.
Right there.
I just look super irresponsible.
It was terrible. And it's funny because I actually remember exactly what your answer is. And it's terrible.
What?
What was the most expensive thing that you've lost or broken? And I remember.
Which was what?
It was our friend's laptop.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was your birthday. You got nice and drunk, and you forgot his laptop in the back of the truck bed, and it rained that day. Woo! Yeah. The Lord said, "Let it rain for 40 days and 40 nights."
It literally felt like that because it thundered. It was fucking heavy ass rain for sure. It was
that Florida rain.
Well, the backstory is that I ended up putting the laptop in a bag, and it was a pickup truck, and it didn't have much room where we were sitting at in the back seat. So I was like, hey, let's put this in the back of the pickup truck because there's plenty of space back there, you know? So we ended up putting it there, but I was kind of drunk at the time. So I ended up forgetting it back there once we parked. So we ended up seeing it the next day, and it was soaking, like it was soaked with water because it rained all night. I even tried putting it on rice, like that was gonna do anything.
That was not gonna work.
So yeah, I ended up owing a MacBook Pro to my friend Larry. So yeah, shout out to that MacBook.
Damn. How long did it take for you to get that shit? I don't even remember how long it took. Honestly, I don't know.
For what?
For his new MacBook Pro.
I don't know. It was a couple weeks.
I bet.
Yeah, that shit sucked ass, man. It was like I was so broke too, so it was like it was the worst. Ended up paying that shit overtime.
Yep,
I guess. I don't even know. I don't even know the whole backstory, honestly. But yeah, that was a pretty fucking expensive item, that's for sure. Yeah. I remember I fucking dropped your camera one time. I didn't end up breaking anything, but oh no, I did. I ended up breaking the what was it? The lens hood, right?
Lens hood.
Yeah, but I felt so shitty for dropping your camera, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That was at the peak of the A7S3.
Yeah, bro. Like my heart. Exactly, my heart stopped. I was like, oh no.
See, that goes back to your fuck up right there. That was one time that I remember you fucked up and you just like, you're like, oh fuck, like you didn't even apologize at the time. I remember you were just feeling shitty.
What?
And you're just like, you didn't. You're like, fuck, man, fuck, because you felt shitty. You naturally felt shitty.
Yeah. So you didn't want to add to the fucking fire.
Yeah, of course not. That's the worst. Because I hate when people do that shit to me. And Marty.
Oh fuck, bro. I feel like I get more mad when content is lost than physical material being broken for some reason, bro. To me, like you cannot get it back, bro.
But it depends though, bro, because
bro, you never know when a project or a piece of content that you record is gonna literally make your career, bro. So I value every single thing that we put out.
I feel you, but at the same time, you have been extremely upset, like when that laptop went bye-bye thanks to the rain, or when you forgot your camera inside of an Uber one time. You were fucking upset as hell. Way more upset than losing a car. You were upset for like a week. You wouldn't stop talking about that shit until you finally got it back. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I get it. Like, content, yes, but at the end of the day, worst comes to worst, we can really just redo this shit.
No, I get it. But sometimes you can't recreate something. You know, it's something that's going to be lost forever, and we never know what the result could have been. But it's okay. It happens, you know? Shit does happen. So we got to...
You live and you learn, man.
Yeah, we just got to make sure we learn from the mistakes and help not happen.
Because look what
again.
happened. We did over 60 episodes in the audio podcast. I fucked up on the third one, and then none after that. So it's like you kind of need fuck ups so you can learn. I just fucked up on the third podcast that we did as far as filming. I guarantee you that's not gonna happen again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just things like that.
Right.
You live and you learn, man. You learn with age, buddy. You gotta fail so you gets better.
Yeah. Another thing that I remember from the last episode is we talked about what's like the scariest thing we've ever done. And recently we went to Zion National Park and we rappelled 300 feet down, which was insane.
Yeah.
That was one of the scariest thing I've ever done because we were literally hanging by a rope, which was bouncing up and down as you went down. And it was so fucking scary because if anything happened, if that rope snapped, we would have been dead. So we pretty much gave our life, to death. But death was like, no, thank you. You could live another day.
You live another day. Yeah, It was one thing that I definitely learned is that my judgment for distance was absolutely terrifyingly off before this trip, because when they said 300 feet before we went, I was like, I mean, that sounds like, tall, but it doesn't sound crazy. It's like, 300 feet. Okay. And then when you get there and you see 300 feet, you're
shit
like,
look like 1,500 feet.
Yeah, bro, that shit looked like 2,000 feet. I was like, yo, this is 300 feet? And they're like, yeah, this is 300 feet. And I was like, insane. Oh my God. I remember leaving the park and I looked up at like one of the highest points in the mountains and I was like, that's 1,000 feet. And our friend that was with us was like, yeah, you're right. It's a little bit over 1,000 feet, Angel's Landing. And I was like, holy fuck. To me, that was like 5,000 feet, 10,000 feet, but I guess not. My judgment was completely off.
Right.
It was scary, bro. And that tree was not thick at all. It was, a fairly thin tree, but the roots, it's been there for so long. People literally do that. The people that we went with have done that place before multiple times. So
you think that maybe one day that tree gonna snap in half and someone's gonna get it.
Hey, who knows, man? Thank God it wasn't us.
Bro, it was just really scary. Like,
scariest thing I've ever done. Scariest.
Would you do it again? Like, honestly, the same path, the same thing we did. Would you do it again?
Here's another thing that really sucked. It was the first one we have ever done because we were supposed to go on Saturday and Sunday. We ended up missing out on Saturday because we didn't have wetsuits and we thought that there was going to be a whole bunch of water. And apparently there was bacteria inside of this water, so we decided to skip out on the wet day.
We didn't want to take a chance.
Exactly. And we went straight to the 300-foot one, which we thought we were like, we got this.
That was the second day where people had already, gotten used to going on the small ones.
Exactly. And not only that, the thing that really sucked is it was 40 degrees and it was 60 miles per hour wind gusts. So it was crazy. It was absolutely cold as hell. We're not used to that. I was literally running in place and doing jumping jacks to stay warm. Super windy. You're on the ledge of a freaking mountain.
Looking down,
exactly. And the sketchiest part is the beginning because you literally have to trust that rope and turn your back away from the mountain, put your feet on the mountain and push away. You were literally grinding on that shit. You didn't even do that.
Oh my God, bro. I look like a fucking slug, bro.
That shit was hilarious.
I was so fucking scared, dude.
Me and Joe were telling you, like, yo, put your leg. At that point, bro, you're going to die regardless.
Yeah, you're supposed to put, push against the rock. But I wasn't doing that. I was grinding on that shit. Like,
why, though? Like, you were going to die regardless. Bro, if that rope snapped, it's not like you were going to...
I don't know. For some reason, I felt like I had a chance. If I happened to slide down, I can at least grab onto something, I don't know. For some reason, I thought that. No. But yeah, obviously, it was a dumb fucking way of thinking because if that rope snapped, there's no way I would hang on.
That momentum, there's no... Who the fuck do you think you are, my guy? I'm gonna grab onto the side of the rock.
Honestly, it just felt like I was putting more pressure onto the rope if I backed away from the rock.
Right.
It sounded like a scary idea, and I was already fucking terrified. You know, so that's why I didn't want to do it. But goddamn, bro, that was some scary shit. I don't know if I would do it again. I did it because I knew it would be like a cool thing to do once in a lifetime.
Right.
You know, especially at that height. That's a lot of fucking feet, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'd honestly way much rather. I would skydive again a lot of times.
Yeah, before doing that, I think so.
Multiple times. I would honestly. I want to kind of almost make skydiving a hobby type of vibe.
Whoa, I don't know about that.
But I would not. I don't know if I would rappel.
And the thing is that the group that we went with, they do that shit on a regular.
But like I don't know. Like, here's the thing. I probably would rappel again, but I wouldn't rappel at the same place. Like, I wouldn't go all the way over there to fucking rappel.
Not the 300 feet one?
I mean, I would probably do something that's even taller, but in better circumstances that's not fucking cold. Because I feel like the cold just made it miserable, bro. It made it so miserable. It was terrible. The experience already kind of is scary as hell. So being scared and you're cold. And, bro, I just remember... Because it took me and you probably a solid 5 minutes compared to everybody else. It took like 3 minutes, if that. One guy came down in 30 seconds backwards. But I just remember going down for like 3 minutes and then looking down and realizing I was halfway up. And I was like, yo, if I fall from this distance, I'm still going to die. And then the adrenaline starting to wear off and my arms and legs start shaking and getting tired. And I'm just thinking to myself, yo, if I don't get down in the next 2 minutes, I'm going to let go of this rope and I'm going to die.
Yeah.
And then you start going down fast and you start just round, like a rubber band, start bouncing on that rope. It was terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, bro, I was freaking out. I almost got stuck up there, honestly, because I peeked down for like a split second and I was like, oh my God, bro, this is too much. I don't know if I could do this. I was like starting to doubt myself, but then I was like, no, I can't look like a pussy, so I got to keep going. There's no way I'm going to look like a pussy right now, not in front of all these people.
I mean, you're what are you going to do? Say like help? That would be hilarious.
And then what? God. How the fuck are they going to rescue me? It's the same way. And I would not like for someone else to come down and put more weight onto the rope.
The same tree.
Fuck that.
You're screwed, bro. No. You literally had to go down. You had no other choice but to just go
down. I literally thought about all this as I was going down. I was like literally coming up with the outcome, and I was like, no, I cannot look like a pussy right now. I gotta get the shit done no matter what. It sounds easy to people that just might hear about this and people that never done it, but bro, rappelling down 300 feet was like the scariest shit ever.
Here's what it is. It's because it was our first time ever doing it. That's what we literally jumped into the deep end without knowing how to swim. You know what I mean? Right. Mm-hmm. That's what was sketchy about it. I feel like if we would have went on Saturday, I would have been a lot more confident.
Yeah.
And we literally did maybe like 5 rappels, and the 300-foot one was the first one. If that was the last one, I would have probably felt a little bit better because now I'm getting it. Now I know how to go down and all that. For you to learn on the fly and like, oh, okay, this is how you go down as you're going down 300 feet, a little bit sketchy.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I feel like that's what made the experience a little bit like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. Guys, if you want to see more of this adventure, I ended up filming it for a vlog of mine on my YouTube, and it's out right now. If you want to watch it, go to my YouTube channel and you can watch it there. It's in the title. You'll see it. My first time rappelling. And super fucking cool adventure. Awesome, but goddamn, that was scary.
It was. It definitely was. And yeah, compared to skydiving, nothing. Like zip lining, absolutely nothing. Zip lining is fun as hell.
Yeah.
That was definitely the sketchiest thing I've ever done.
We got to do more shit like that, though, honestly. And we got to get GoPros, because I want to film a lot of action stuff.
I have a GoPro. I have a GoPro 4, I think.
Yeah, we gotta start utilizing this stuff, man.
I just never use it, honestly.
That vlog life is making me want to do everything.
Yeah, man, that 360 camera you mentioned before looked pretty damn cool.
Oh yeah, I definitely want to check that out. That's gonna make it look dope.
They're gonna come out with a new Mavic Pro drone this upcoming year, and I'm definitely copping that shit.
Bro, I've been looking at FPV shit, and that shit is so unique looking, bro.
So dope. I love it. I've been on this FPV
for shit. Vlogs, it would be so amazing,
just
bro.
Just everything in general, bro. Just you could get the dopest shots. The dopest shots.
Yep. Yeah. Yo, you ever heard of this thing called Airstream? It's like those little trailers that people carry. They look like a bullet, like they're silver.
No.
Should look it up. She looks nuts, bro. I want to get one of those so bad.
What is that?
It's like a little camper thing for camping. It's like a van life, but you actually tow it with a truck or a SUV.
Is it big?
Yes, they make all types of sizes. They make some big ones, but they got some pretty small ones that like a SUV can carry, and it's so fucking cool, bro. Damn, it would be perfect, especially for you since you don't like camping. You want to like be in the AC and the bed and all that.
Hell
you got a little sink. You even got a little shower.
You could rent them?
Yeah, you could rent them for sure.
See that I'm down to go camping like that.
I was like looking at the prices to buy one in case like I want to live in one, and that shit looks so fucking cool, bro.
How much are they to live in?
Bro, like it starts at like 45, 50 racks.
Oh my god! I thought you were gonna say 4,500, 50.
No, like 50,000. But that brand is like a luxurious one that is more trendy per se.
Right. Damn, that's crazy though. Jesus.
Yeah, but you could always rent them. There's apps like Ortsy, I think, or Outsy or something like that you can like rent it from people just like you would for like Airbnbs.
True.
But
bro, there's an app for everything. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like you were just saying, you almost said orgy, and it kind of made me think, like, what if you could rent somebody's wife? And I'm sure they have an app like that, bro.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
I'm sure they have like orgy apps.
What do you mean?
Stuff like that.
What do you mean by renting someone's wife?
I mean, like the what's that shit called when couples switch wives and husbands?
Oh,
swingers, yeah. Yeah, like I'm sure they have swingers apps and stuff like that. If they have dating apps, they definitely have swingers apps.
I mean, they have websites. Why wouldn't they have apps for it?
Have you ever been to one of those clubs?
What you mean? What type of club?
Like a swingers club? Have you ever been?
No. Have you?
No. Have you ever heard of like what happens in there?
Yeah, no. I've heard like some
crazy shit.
Some crazy shit, especially out here in Hollywood.
Facts. Yeah, I've never heard of any actually nuts. Here. I've heard of some in Atlanta in like sex clubs and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure every big city has that shit.
But that's so weird. Like you just go in there and have sex with strangers. It's so weird.
I guess.
I mean,
I don't know, dude. It's like the strip club.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, if you really think about it, they're just more open about it because.
Yeah.
Most of we live in the generation where it's cool to go to a club, pop bottles, find a random chick or be a chick and find the dude that's popping in the club and then, have a one night stand. That's it. I get it.
And you know that everyone in there is also into that stuff as well. You know? Because if you're in the club, everybody else is into dancing. If you're in a strip club, everybody else is into seeing nude bitches,
Yeah.
If you're in that type of club, then everybody else is into that same type of shit.
Is that your icebreaker for when you're at the strip club by yourself and you just want to start talking to somebody like, hey, I know you like looking at naked bitches because we're both here and there's naked bitches.
So it just sounded like a Family Guy episode.
I'm Marty. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
And that's how they became friends.
That's the icebreaker right there.
What do you think is the... Whoa, we're both about to ask the same question.
No, definitely not the same question.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Have you ever made a friend at a strip club that wasn't a stripper?
No, I barely went to strip clubs, and when I did, it was for a job.
True. Yeah.
Aren't you gonna ask me what the job was?
Well, I wasn't even going that route because I already know we filmed a lot, and I remember filming at strip clubs before.
Yeah. What about you? What were you gonna say?
What?
I don't know. You're gonna say something.
I asked you a question. What were you gonna say? What was your question?
Never mind. I think that's all with the blah, 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 blah.
Okay, alrighty then. Well, I think that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching the Podcast. Apparently, Marty cannot talk, and he has a dick in his mouth from working at the strip club. So, take it away, Marty.
Thank you, Nicholas. Thank you for taking over because I fucked up big time. Look at that. I fuck up. I am human.
You said that shit like a robot. Like you're trying to convince me that you're not a robot.
Yeah. Guys, if you are not subscribed to the Podcast YouTube channel, you should do so right now. Right now. Just do it.
Have you ever subscribed like that to something?
After someone told me just like that?
Yeah, like you watch the whole video and then they tell you like, hey, if you're not subscribed, then subscribe right now. And then you subscribe at that moment because they told you to. Have you ever done that?
Nah.
I've never done that shit. But I mean, hey, I'm not saying don't do it. No, don't be a woman and start concluding shit. All right, jumping into them conclusions. All right, do it because I'm sure that there's some people out there that do that. But I personally never done that shit.
Just me neither, honestly. Yeah. Like, I'm literally just doing it because I don't know.
Yeah, do it.
I guess it feels right to promote something. You know, we kind of need to, right?
Yeah. No, definitely do it. But I'm just saying, like, I personally never thinking about it. I'd never done that. I think I've subscribed when after watching like a couple videos, I'm like, oh, I fuck with this person, and then I'll subscribe.
Right. Well, hopefully this is not the case here. Hopefully you guys are actually listening to me and actually subscribing. So, and also we have a clips channel, which is a separate YouTube channel where we just post clips. Now
I've never
hold on.
to two things.
Is this too much?
No, just kidding.
Should I not continue?
I'm just fucking with you, bro.
Yeah, it does feel like I'm asking for a lot. For real, because I was about to promote even more after that.
When have you ever subscribed to a channel when somebody tells you, and then subscribe to all the other things they tell you?
Oh my god, I've only done that to podcasts before, actually, not on YouTube, but like on Spotify.
Shit, if you're giving away a PS5, maybe they'll subscribe.
See, that's the wrong reason to subscribe.
Facts.
But yeah, guys, leave a comment. You know, give us some questions. We're trying to get this channel going, and also if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple, guys, feel free to leave a review. You know, or follow, whatever it is.
Nah, you know what? Fuck that. Help us out, guys, because we trying to blow this shit up. We trying to blow this shit up, bruh. You feel me? So give us a like, subscribe, and do all that fancy shit. You know what I mean? And follow us on the gram. Nick. Marty on the other side of the line. Come on, son.
Yeah. That's soon we're gonna start a Patreon so we can also promote that. So
and the OnlyFans. Marty worked at the strip club. I got some good photos that I could expose of Marty. So subscribe to the OnlyFans that we're gonna open up eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you guys again, and see you next week. Goodbye now.